Last year, I didn't really have that mindset. I knew I wasn't at that level yet. This year, I think I can be. My expectations of myself, I'm going there to try and win. Right, hi, welcome back to YouTube. You join me in my office, 12 days out to be precise today. So it's crunch time. Trained this morning, I did legs, my penultimate leg day, I believe. So we'll have one more proper full leg day on Sunday when this video goes live. And then that'll be obviously a week out on Sunday. So that'll probably be the last full leg day. I'll probably do some leg extensions and hamstring curls a little bit closer because my legs do flatten off if I leave them too long. But in terms of actual full-on session, today was the second to last leg day, so shit's getting real. I've put a question box up on Instagram. I've got some good questions. I'm going to talk to you about my mindset heading into these next 12 days, where I'm at, how this prep's been, what's been different about this prep compared to last prep, and kind of just break that down as much as possible, a little bit more in depth, a little bit more chilled out. So for all of you lot in prep, because I keep getting messages from you all saying you're enjoying the videos and stuff, I appreciate that, thank you. And yeah, hopefully if you are in prep, you can take something from this, because this is my 6th prep now. I've done this. I'm only 23, right? But I've been doing this since I was 17. I've done a lot of preps, 18 shows, and I've got a vast amount of experience across that. And this has probably been one of the harder preps, but easily my most enjoyable prep. So I want to share some light on that so that you guys can hopefully have the same perspective and mindset if you are currently in prep, or if you're going into prep later this year, you sort of take some of this with you. Josh WPT, best tips for keeping gut health in check. I don't know if this means in prep or in the off season, but could go quite in depth here. Food selection is obviously number one. Whether you're in prep, whether you're in the off season, choose foods that digest well with you. For some people, that means low FODMAP foods, seasonings and stuff that are high FODMAPs, garlic, onion, that sort of stuff. Can, for some people, if you've got IBS or just, a sensitive stomach, it will cause a mass amount of inflammation and irritation to your gut. If we're going to take it even a step further back, from a supplementation standpoint, every single morning I would recommend 10 grams of glutamine on a fasted empty stomach. I'd also recommend aloe vera juice. Now, as for how much aloe vera juice, it kind of depends on the person. I'd start at 25 mil, work up to maybe 50, 60. Some people may want to go higher, but I tend to find 50 for me in the morning is the sweet spot. So I get ESN daily and I mix it in the morning. That has 5 grams of glutamine in it, alongside your creatine, leucine and collagen. So it's all mixed in and it's flavoured fantastic. There's a ton of flavours to pick from. My favourite is a cactus fruit flavour. So I'll have that in the morning. I'll put a further 5 grams of glutamine in that as well to bring me up to 10 grams total. 50 ml aloe vera juice in that. And then that's what I drink during my cardio every single morning. That's what I drink year round during my cardio every single morning. That is going to be massive for your gut health and lining your gut. The aloe vera is a massive anti-inflammatory for your gut, and I love it. So highly recommend that in the morning. That morning drink will be a game changer. Then with your first meal, some digestive enzymes, and potentially even fasted on an empty stomach as well, oral BPC. Now, if you are in a prep environment towards the later stages, and you're maybe utilizing orals and things like this that are very toxic to your gut health, oral BPC can be an absolute game changer. Do I think everybody needs it? No. Would I advocate it? Not necessarily. Obviously, these are hypothetical situations, but you may find benefit with that. Food selection obviously goes without saying. Water intake, keep that nice and high. And that's kind of, you do those, I'd struggle to see you having a problem with your gut. If you notice you're having something and it's not sitting right or it's causing a lot of distress, take it out and change it. Yeah, a lot of people that use whey protein may have problems, and it's not the whey protein, it's the quality of the whey protein and where you're buying it from. So, shameless plug, if you go and buy an ESN whey isolate, it is the best digesting protein you will find. You will not have any issues, I am confident. I'm yet to have a client or follower try ESN's whey isolate, or if you want plant-based, they're plant-based protein, and have any gastric stress from it. So, favourite muscle group to train and favourite machine to train on from Reese IG7. Right now, my favourite session is one of my pull days. My back's come up a significant amount this year, and this prep especially is really starting to show through. And so I'm just enjoying training back. A specific machine for back. At the minute, we've got the Granite Times trained by JP pull down for lats. I've been loving. Or just the prime mid back row. Those two are absolute staples. is this your toughest prep so far? I'm going to say yes in certain aspects, but no in certain aspects. Yes in the sense of foods. I've been in prep since the start of December, late November, so it's been a long time now. So obviously there's not been a single off-plan meal during that time, apart from Christmas Day. I had one meal Christmas Day, but that was like roast potatoes and turkey, and I had it really clean. I didn't have any of the shit you normally have for Christmas, no dessert, anything like that, so didn't really feel like an off-plan. Yeah, I had no off-plan obviously since then, but that's fine. It's bodybuilding, I get that. I made up for it in the off-season prior, so don't worry. That's been tough. Food's got pretty low this prep. Cardio's been pretty high, and it's just been a longer prep than anything I've ever done before. So from that aspect, yeah, it's been tough. But in other aspects, my training has been the best it's ever been in any prep ever, and it's sustained right the way through. My circle mentally, where I am in life, and the people I've got around me have helped drastically as well. Kyle being a massive part of that, my coach, and Em, my girlfriend. She's been unbelievable this prep. If it wasn't for them two, I don't think I'd look anywhere near as good as I do right now for this point in prep. They've been such a massive part. For me, a lot of the difficulties with prep's more mental than it is physical. I can push my body to breaking point. My body will always break before my mind does. That's always been my issue. Is I don't cheat my diet. I do the opposite. I'll do extra cardio when I shouldn't. If my coach tells me to eat 70 grams of oats, I'll eat 50. And that is a massive detriment. And we saw that last year. Not quite to that extent, but I overdid the steps last year, for example, and my legs wasted away. Whereas this year, it's been having complete trust in Kyle and being an athlete and just being able to relax as well and chill out. And Em's been a big part of that. Like every day we pretty much go out for a coffee at this point, spend time together off the phone, reading books together and just doing stuff I've not done before. And that's made prep go a lot easier. And I've been enjoying that a lot. So yeah, although it's been very tough from a duration standpoint and a low food standpoint, the physique's been the best it's ever has, which is motivating in itself. And I've really enjoyed the time doing it, weirdly. Like normally at this point in prep, I'm kind of ready for it to be finished. I'm kind of counting down the days to be finished. Whereas this prep, I'm really counting down the days to get on stage and show my physique. I'm not even thinking about what's after that. I just want to get on stage and I want to fucking compete. You know, I want to chase that first place. I feel confident this year. It's really the most enjoyable prep I've had since the prep where I turned pro. And that was a very smooth, easy, quick prep, really. That was 10 weeks from start to when I won the overall at the regional, and then 2 weeks later I turned pro, and that was it. So it was 12 weeks total, 1-2 shows, job done, right? So that was fun, that was quick, in and out, didn't really have time to hate it. Whereas last year, it was a very difficult prep. I could see my physique wasting away. I knew I wasn't going to be as good as I wanted to be, and I kind of hated it. Whereas this year, although it's been tough, it's been enjoyable. What is the most significant change that you made during this prep versus your last prep? That is a very broad question and a very difficult one to answer, but a very good question. And that's kind of what this whole video is answering, really. In terms of specifics, I think mindset, as I kind of just touched on, enjoying it as opposed to resenting it. That's made a fantastic difference. That's very hard to do. I think that came with maturity, a different outlook, spending time as well this year with the guys at the top. That taught me a lot. And I was very fortunate to have done that. Seeing how they operate, seeing their mindset, understanding their approaches, and remind myself really that I choose to do this and I do this because I love it. That's why I started. When I was 17, there was no camera, there was no sponsors, there was no coach, there was no anything. It was me and this goal I had of stepping on stage. And that was it. It was that simple. And then as things progressed, and everything changes. You get sponsors, you get more eyeballs, more people watching, and more pressure. And that can take the fun out of it. And it was something I was probably a little bit naive to last year. Didn't realise it was really happening, but it did. And I wasn't prepping for me anymore. I was prepping for everything else. And then when things don't start to go the way you want, you feel like you're letting people down, puts more pressure on. You maybe start doing a few extra steps or a little bit more cardio because you think more is better. And it's not, and it ends up ruining the physique. So one thing this year has obviously been the mental approach, and it's also been less is more in every aspect. Although, yeah, food's been lower, cardio's been higher, there's been a lot more days where Kyle's just told me, look, you just need to take a rest day today. Your body's starting to show too much fatigue. We just need to pull back. And I think that's one thing where Kyle's been incredible at is managing that through check-ins. He just knows. Like, I give good feedback, yes, but he also just knows there's been times he's told me not to train and I'm fuming because I really want to go and train. I feel fine. But if I did go and train, the next few days we're then in a hole, physique's then getting away from us. It's hard to get out of that. And he stayed ahead of the curve with that, kept my physique very fresh and very responsive. And as a result, fat loss has continued, muscles maintained, and we've not had to be doing a shitload of high days. If you remember last prep, I was doing 1,200 gram refeeds near enough every week for multiple days with burger and fries on top. And yes, although it was fun, this is a part of where this prep has been tougher because I've not had those days. And they do make it fun because you dig for a week, you know you've got a big refeed coming, and then you enjoy that day. You eat a lot of food, burger, fries, it's great. Training the next few days is then fantastic. And then before you know it, you're on to another high day. This year it's not been that. My highest refeed day has been 600 grams of carbs. And I've had that once or twice in 18 weeks. And food's been lower the rest of the time. However, I've been a lot fresher because we've more so just manipulated certain days off steps, certain days off cardio, and certain days off training. And he's balanced that very well. So that's probably been the biggest change, is less is more. Even from a PD standpoint, I'm not going to go into numbers here, but half the amount this year, really. Not even like, a mass difference there. A lot less. I feel a lot better in myself. And I think there's a huge takeaway there for a lot of people. Who do you see as your biggest competitor at the Benelux Pro? I don't know if this is disrespectful or if this is naive, but like I've always, ever since I started competing, I've been very good at not caring who else is competing. In the sense of I don't look for competitors. I never have. For me, it doesn't bother me because I'm very realistic and I think this goes, if you're in prep right now, please have this viewpoint. If you control everything you can control, that being your physique, do your cardio, nail your meal plan, practice your posing, if you can show up on that stage with 100% certainty that you did all of those things that were in your control to the best of your ability, you will be on stage at your very best. If somebody else beats you, they are just better than you. So there is no point stressing yourself out going into the show, oh fuck, I'm against this guy or this guy. And it's horrendous in the amateur scene. People get really in their heads about it. It just makes you stress more. It makes you doubt yourself. It raises cortisol. You're going to retain water. You're going to look worse from it. There is no positive outcome, in my opinion, that comes from looking for competitors or other people you're competing against. Just focus on yourself. Bring your best to the stage. You can't control who else shows up. You also can't control who the judges prefer. So there's no point worrying about it. So in answer to the question, I don't actually know who else is doing the show. I've not looked. Same for FIBO, I don't know. Obviously nowadays there comes a point where it's hard for me to ignore it, like avoid it. If I open Instagram, I see obviously Naz's updates. I'm good friends with him and stuff like this. I know Naz is doing New York and Pittsburgh. I know Grego's doing it. I know there's like 4 or 5 top 10 Olympians doing it. So obviously I see all that, but I don't go looking for it. If that's just, yeah. But if you are an amateur, just focus on yourself. Don't worry about who you're competing against. What's the most valuable thing you've learned most this prep compared to last year? What I touched on, less is more. And that may not apply to everybody. If you're a lazy fuck, do more. For me personally, it was just less is more. What have you done differently this prep in order to hold on to the legs more? So yeah, one of the biggest differences is my legs this year. So right now, for context, I was 213.2 pounds this morning, which is my lowest. Last prep, my lowest was about 207, 208 pounds. So, and I'm leaner now, in my opinion, than I ever was last year. Well, not even in my opinion, just factually, I'm leaner now. So we're about 5.5 pounds up in actual true tissue. I'll probably take off another 1.5 pounds, I would imagine, over the coming 12 days. 1, to get me under the weight cap, and 2, just because I've got a little bit more fat loss to do. So yeah, I'm going to have a good 5 pounds of stage tissue, of actual legitimate stage tissue, and being leaner, so maybe a little bit more. Leg-wise, I have trained them with a higher frequency. So it's been legs every 4 days. I have done less volume in those leg days, meaning that I've been able to hit them with a higher frequency with a very good intensity still, without causing too much fatigue that they take too long to recover. From a cardio perspective, I've used the exercise bike as well this prep. Last prep was all treadmill for cardio. and high step count. And I think constantly pounding my legs on the treadmill, then on the step count, all that impact, my legs adapted quite a lot and became very streamlined. So doing the exercise bike has prevented that really, non-impact, everything's felt a lot nicer. But yeah, more frequency, better training execution. If you want to know how I'm sort of training my legs, what the leg sessions look like, go and watch the leg day with Kuba that we did at like 8 weeks out, I think it was. My session is the exact same as it was in that video still. And that's been fantastic. So yeah, sustaining training performance, not doing too many steps, and structuring high days more around leg days. High days, like 400 grams of carbs. Weston Egan, I think you and Kylie, I think he means Kyle, my coach, work really well together. How do you feel getting close to the show? So yeah, I mean, as I kind of touched on earlier, I give Kyle so much credit this prep, more so than I think I can put into words. I think coaching, there are tons of great coaches. There are tons of fantastic coaches out there, elite level coaches. And I don't think knowledge is necessarily the deciding factor as to what is the perfect coach for you. There's a massive element that needs to be relationship, understanding, and how that coach can manage you. And for me, like Kyle is so stoic and calming that he just relaxes me. I have full trust in him and his knowledge and his ability. His reply time's obviously fantastic. I know he genuinely cares. I get on with him so well. But he just has an ability to keep me at ease and keep my mind relaxed. And again, that's been a massive change this year. And I think when you find that relationship with the coach, that's very important. So although he's incredibly knowledgeable, we've seen this, you've seen him put countless people in fantastic shape on stage. The biggest thing for me is just the way he can manage my mental space and keep me calm. And yeah, that's it. Because I will always execute the plan, whatever's required. But often I'll overdo it. So he's very good at managing that, pulling me back, and also just keeping me relaxed and chilled out. So I'm not overthinking stuff like I always used to prior. If you could create your own whey flavour, what would it be? Fantastic question, Mr. Carol Curry. Now, I'm not going to answer this because I have a secret notes page where I've planned this out, and one day I will assure you I will have my own ESN whey flavour with ESN, obviously. I just need to be good enough first. So we need to get to the Olympia, and I need you lot to keep using code EAGLES, and then they will give me a whey flavour that we can create, and I promise you it will be the best one ever. I've got it on my phone. I know exactly what I want it to be. I've got it in my head of what I want it to taste like. Just need to formulate it with them. One day that will come, I can assure you. So do not worry. And then finally, expectations for the show. Shows, plural. So I'll talk from a Netherlands and FIBO perspective because they're the ones that are like in touching distance now. I'm 12 days out, and then 2 weeks after that is FIBO. So they're kind of at the front of my focus. That's what I'm thinking about every single minute of every single day. And my expectations for myself, I want to be pushing for the win in both of these shows. I'm confident this year of where my physique's at. Obviously, it is my first peaks with Kyle. So are we going to get it 100%? Probably not. It's very difficult. It's rarely ever you get a peak 100%, especially not your first one. There are some interesting times as well with weigh-ins and then competing. The first show, Netherlands, I'm not on stage till 7 p.m. With weigh-ins being 7 p.m. the day before. That is incredibly tough to manage because if I'm waking up fasted, I've got to kind of fast all day almost to make weight, and I've only got show day to fill up, and you can't eat a lot on show day. So that will be hard to navigate. So there's a lot of unknowns to come, but really with where my physique's at now and the trust I have in Kyle and his ability to bring me at my best, I want to be pushing for the win. Last year I didn't really have that mindset. I knew I wasn't at that level yet. This year I think I can be. So my expectations of myself, I'm going there to try and win. That's the focus. As I said, it's been a very enjoyable prep. So, yeah, I can't ask for much more thus far, but I'm competitive. We all are, right? I'm not going to sit here and say, I want top 3. No, I want to win these first 2 shows. That's the target. Will I be upset if I get top 3? No, absolutely not. That's a massive improvement on last year. I got top 5 last year. anything more than that is progress and going in the right direction. I'm still very young. I've got a lot of time to do this, and I will be doing this for a lot of time. So I know I'll get there, and I'll get to where I want to be within a matter of years. This year, I do think I can be pushing for a win at these shows, and that is very much my expectation. Are we going to get show day videos and days out videos? Yes. Okay. So if you remember last prep, if you've not seen it, go watch the prep series last year. Although the show didn't go as planned, the prep series was pretty cool. I will be doing. I actually go out to the Netherlands quite late, so I don't travel out there till Thursday. Thursday will be a travel day, so it'll be very exciting. Not much to film. So I've got Friday is 2 days out. Saturday I've got to make weight, and Sunday's the show. So I am planning to do 3 videos there for those 3 days. And then same for FIBO, really. I'll do the whole peak week, ideally, for FIBO, leading in from like Tuesday through to the show on Saturday. So yes, I will hopefully get 3 or 4 videos out each peak week, and obviously a show day for each of the shows. That is going to be sorted 100% because they are some of my favourite videos, and I also really enjoy looking back on them. They'll be shorter videos, obviously they'll be like 10-15 minutes because they're coming out daily, but they'll be turned around pretty quick so you can actually watch leading into the shows and that sort of stuff. So yes, they will be on the way. So yeah, I think to conclude really on that sort of topic, Q&A and where my head's at in prep, as I said, it's been a fantastic prep. I've loved it. I'm confident, I'm excited to display what will be my best physique ever. It's 12 days now. It's going to go quick. Obviously, I head down to Birmingham for 3 or 4 days this week for the Arnold UK. We then get back from that, and we've got literally a couple of days before we then travel to the Netherlands. So although I'm 12 days out, I've got a lot of travel and a lot of stuff coming up, which is good. It will make the time go quickly. And I will manage that very well from a stress and a stress perspective to the physique. I had a phone call with Kyle last night for an hour, sort of planning out how the next weeks are going to look. I'm not going to be training whilst I'm traveling to Birmingham. We're just going to rest, make sure I'm fresh, probably pull back on cardio a little bit as well because expo days can be very long. And then in terms of peak week for the Netherlands, what that's going to look like, not too drastic, obviously, when you're making weight. Luckily, it's not going to be too challenging for me to make weight. So I don't have to do anything crazy. I don't have to pull off like fucking 5-6 kilos a day before. We should be near enough at the cap to make weight comfortably, and then just carefully load what we can after. As for what that will look like, I don't know. It's Kyle that will do that based off the look at the time. We will document it in the video, so make sure you come back and watch the carb loading videos if you want to see how that unfolds. But for me at this point now, it's really just about enjoying these last few days, making the most of my last proper few sessions. I've probably got 6 or 7 more proper training days across the next 12 days before we'll then be traveling out and doing the deed. So yeah, for me, it's just about staying relaxed, staying calm. I know the work's done. Fat loss is pretty much nearly there at this stage. It's just refining those last few details and making sure my posing is up to scratch, which we will go and touch on now. But yeah, I genuinely am so happy with how this prep's gone. I can't thank Kyle enough. I can't thank Em, my partner, enough. ESN, Gymshark, the sponsors, they've been so supportive. You guys just see them as ESN and Gymshark. I obviously see the people behind that work for the company and how much they put into this and how much they care about me. It's not just athlete-sponsor relationship. They truly are my friends and my family, and I'm very grateful for them. So yeah, I feel very grateful for this prep and for the position I'm in. Thank you to you guys as well for watching these videos, because I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for that. So yeah, I feel excited and ready and confident, and I'm just excited for us all. Like, this is a team thing. Like, we're going in there fucking together, so it's going to be good. We'll see how we go. Predictions for the Arnold quickly. I think Wesley will win. I think Mike second, Andrea third, Kim Angel fourth. Open, I think Andrew 1, Martin 2, Brandon 3. Mo Food has pulled out. Can't remember who else is doing it. Apologies. But yeah, I'm excited to watch those 2 classes. I'm just excited to see Andrew in person. It's always the freakiest thing. Fucking hell, next video will be the peak week videos, as I said. So next video will probably be the Thursday in the Netherlands. The slight travel day, maybe it'll be on the Friday. So yeah, when this video comes out Sunday, the first video will probably be out, I'd assume Saturday for the Netherlands videos. Maybe Friday if you're lucky, but probably Saturday. So subscribe so you don't miss it.